Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'd like to take a look at perhaps the best real estate investment opportunity right now in the Caribbean. There are four towers that are being built in Jamaica, in Montego Bay. These will be the tallest buildings in the Caribbean. This project is perhaps one of the biggest real estate projects that Jamaica has ever seen, that the Caribbean has perhaps ever seen. And it's slowly setting up for even more projects that are similar to this one. Now you perhaps be wondering, why now? Why not before? In case you didn't know, Jamaica has one of the best performing stock markets in the world, especially in the last 5 years. It's been rather impressive. This being said, there's a lot more companies that are slowly going into Jamaica. Not just because of real estate, not just because of construction, not just because of tourism. They're actually going in various different sectors: software, engineering, so many different areas that are being opened up to people. Now, this slowly means that the demographic of Jamaica is slowly changing in terms of the income levels. Now, currently today, it's actually really surprising for a lot of people to find out that Kingston is actually incredibly expensive to live in Kingston comfortably. You're looking at 4,000 US dollars, maybe 3,000 US dollars to live in Kingston comfortably. And to the average person, this is bewildering. But why is this? Because Kingston is the capital, it's attracting a lot of business. And because of this and the demographic changing, people in Jamaica are gaining more and more wealth, which means that they're able to invest more into the country. People from outside also want to invest more. So a real estate project like this is actually kind of perfect. Now this project is huge. It's said to be costing up to 350 million US dollars, and it'll be absolutely incredible. 4 different towers, and these are not just towers, they're creating villas as well. The location is absolutely beautiful on the coast of Montego Bay. Absolutely brilliant. Now for anyone who's living in Jamaica, my home country, now this is one of the best investment opportunity. If you are living in Jamaica and you're thinking to yourself, I've got some money coming in, I want to invest in properties, I want to invest back into my country. As Jamaicans, we often complain that we don't get enough opportunities to own the real estate and to own the businesses that we're surrounded by. We're often complaining that the Canadians own it, the British own it, the Americans own it. But what we fail to realize is that we can take ownership as well. And this is slowly happening. More and more Jamaicans are actually investing in the stock market, which is a brilliant way to start because you're investing in the companies around you. You're owning a part of Jamaica. You're owning a part of the economy, a part of the economy that's thriving, it's doing well. So we can no longer just sit and complain that we don't have the opportunity to own these establishments. In this modern age, we do have that ability. We have the ability to own stocks and shares. We have the ability to invest into properties, into an amazing opportunity such as this. So no more excuses. Let's go out there and invest. I'm already thinking about investing in this property myself, and it's incredibly expensive. And I'm not saying this is financial advice. In no way this is financial. This is not intended as financial advice, but this is my own opinion. This is a country that we all love, especially if you were born in Jamaica, especially if you were raised in Jamaica. I was raised in Jamaica for many years. And now that I can look back and I can see that we're able to do exactly what we dreamt of, perhaps our parents or our grandparents couldn't have done it, or they didn't choose to do it, but we can do it. We've got that access. There's no excuse there. And for many of us Jamaicans who've actually moved away to Canada, the US, or to Africa, or to the UK, or to other European countries, and we're looking back at our country and we're saying, yes, it's time I invest in my country. This is the moment we've all been waiting for a very long time. What a beautiful project that they're working on in Jamaica. And I'm actually really proud of this because this is going to set a trend. It's going to set a wave of investments that are coming into Jamaica. And there are negatives and positives to this. It's going to get more expensive for the people that are currently in Jamaica that are already struggling. And unfortunately, land in Jamaica is extremely expensive. Almost as expensive as European countries, in fact. It is beyond our explanation of why it's gotten this expensive so quickly. Plenty of us are now looking back saying 10, 20 years ago, I should have bought land. Yes, we all should have bought land. So if that's not something that we can do at the moment, what about properties? If not this property, what about other properties that are more affordable, because to be honest, this property, named the Pinnacle, is going to be incredibly expensive. This property is not for the faint of heart. It is not for people who are barely able to afford it. You need to afford this property comfortably. And it just so has it that they're offering different types of residents. They're offering residents for living purposes, investment purposes, and very other amenities. They're also offering villas. This is quite an incredible thing. And it's in Montego Bay as well, which means that with all this new investment coming into Montego Bay, the city itself has to do some development work. And you know where I'm going with this conversation. I'm going into the realms of safety. When it comes to individual safety, people living in Jamaica, people who are born in Jamaica, people who are coming to Jamaica, safety is paramount. Safety is the most important thing. And unfortunately, on the media, it's taken out of context so many times. I'm not saying it isn't danger in Jamaica. There's dangers everywhere, especially if you're a black person and you're traveling around the world. There's dangers everywhere. But shouldn't we try to do better? Of course we should. Jamaica is getting so much investment right now, it's not short on investments. Because with this sort of investment coming in, they're going to come with a lot of expectations. And we want more investments like this because Jamaicans can invest in these projects. You can buy into the companies. You can buy stocks and shares into various different companies. We want more companies coming to our country. We want more investment coming to our country so we the people can invest. So we the people can learn a valuable skill and apply it to jobs that are coming to the market, jobs that are coming to Jamaica. In fact, you can live in Jamaica and work remotely. These days, learning how to be a software engineer is everything. Learning how to be a front-end developer is everything. Back-end developer is everything. And this is something that you could do remotely. You could live in Jamaica and work for someone who lives in Europe, who runs their company in the Americas. And this is one valuable skills that I'll always push to the youth, the young ones. You need to be learning coding. You need to be learning software engineering. You need to be learning software development, front-end, back-end design, everything. It's such a valuable skill that will always be needed. And because our population is actually not that large compared to the rest of the world, we've got around 2 million people, maybe 2.5. This can work in our advantage in many ways. And this is a skill that I started learning quite a few years ago. I tried coding, I tried web design, I tried 3D design. And the one that I favored the most was 3D design. All three pay really well. And you can do all three remotely. And a lot of these skills you can learn online for free. You can learn how to code on YouTube for free. You can learn how to design on YouTube for free. You can learn how to design 3D and websites online, YouTube for free. So whether you've got a day job, now you need to go home and study every night how to design, how to code, because people pay you if you know how to code, if you can code websites, if you can develop websites. Companies will pay you. Companies will hire you remotely. So that's my message. You know, if I'm being completely honest, there's a lot of access to these valuable skills, and then we can provide value to others and in return gain a monetary reward, reinvest it back into the Jamaican economy. Now, what I like about this project is that I love architecture. That is one thing I really, really love. And I would hope that more Jamaicans take up a career in architecture, because you see, your country, it wants a lot of architects. And this project, they've hired a Jamaican architect. She's been an architect for many years, and that's who they chose to partner with. So just because you're Jamaican don't mean that they won't hire you. And just because you're Jamaican don't mean that others won't hire you. You can be hired within Jamaica and outside of Jamaica. Study a skill that can take you anywhere in the world. So with this particular project, yes, it's architecture, but there'll be so many amazing things included in this project. Tennis court, basketball court, parking spaces for your vehicle. One of these towers will basically be run as a hotel of sorts. Now there'll be no Airbnb available. Well, this is good because there's another avenue that you can create value with your investment project. One of these towers, you can actually invest in it and in return hand it over to the management company, and they can manage it. They can get people in, get them to pay. They can just manage it completely for you, and your property will be making money. So I'm obviously talking to people who can actually afford such project as this. It is not cheap, but you can visit their website and register your interest. This is a brilliant project, something that I think a lot of Jamaicans have been waiting for. Jamaicans inside of Jamaica, Jamaicans outside of Jamaica as well. Now there will also be a small little port, somewhere you can have your boats and probably your yachts. And this is quite exciting as well. And what I really appreciate with this project is that they're trying to keep available as much of the organic life form in the Bay Area. They're intended to keep as much of this alive, which I really like, because the natural nature of Jamaica with our hummingbirds and everything, that's just a beauty. It's a sight to see. It's a sight to behold. It's a sight to appreciate. So, given all that I've said, I think I've said enough. Brilliant project. Can't wait for it to be finished. We're quite some way away for it to be finished. The first phases will probably be finished in the next 2 to 3 years. And those will probably be the first 2 towers, while they'll continue to complete the rest of the towers as time go on. So I'm glad this is happening. This is something that we get to look forward to. And there's a lot of other developments happening in Jamaica as well, with highways being open, with new hospitals in Spanish Town being open, not to mention with a new bypass system that's being created in Montego Bay. This is brilliant. I'm telling you, if we can lower the crime rate in Montego Bay all across Jamaica, it's going to benefit us so much more, with many more investments to come to our country. Thank you for watching. Out of many, one people. Respect.